Good to go.
Hi, Juan. My name is Mohit, and I'm from Mumbai in India. So I did my bachelor's in computer engineering, and I played semi-professional football for a club back in India called Salset FC, and they played at the highest level in Mumbai, which is the elite division. And after 3 years of working after my engineering, I decided that I want to change my field and pursue sport development, coaching, performance analysis. That is what I am very much interested in. And I came to Melbourne in July 2018 to do a master's in sports management from Deakin University in Melbourne. And after that, I worked with a community club called Ashburton United. And a year later, now I am working as a soccer coach at Mount Scopus Memorial College. And I just completed my graduation in July 2020. And now I am looking out for full-time opportunities in sport development, either with sport associations, federations, or soccer clubs. Why don't you tell me something about yourself, Juan? Actually, I know most of the things about you since I've seen your LinkedIn profile, and it is a very big profile. So you need to be very patient to look at your profile. You've done a lot of things for a span of 20, 30 years, and I already respect you for that because I know how hard it is to work in sport and stay in sport for so long. So why don't you tell me something about yourself? What's your favorite club, your favorite player, and your favorite coach, and why is that? I can see your favorite club is River Plate. So can you tell me about your favorite player and favorite coach?
Yeah, no, thank you, Mohit, for your time and for reaching me out. When people contact me, I always remember when was me starting. I can see myself starting. And one thing that I always ask for coaches and players, they want to develop and get better and they have dreams. You need to be hungry. You need to reach out to people to help you, to share experience, to ideas, and then like, oh, I like that, I like that, and I like that one. And those three plus other things by yourself is a journey just to keep going. And I always, have bigger dreams, and I always believe that I will be able to achieve. But the starting point is really important, and that energy for the starting point to keep going have to be always there, because there will be always tough times, up and down, like any profession. But if football is a hard one, so my wife so many times say, you should be doing other things. But I love football, so I keep going. But back to your question, so definitely my favorite club is Club Atlético River Plate back in Argentina. I played for them until the age of 18, and of course as a football player, Argentinian mad about football is my biggest achievement as a football player. Player, I will need to say Diego Armando Maradona, because he does really inspire me to become a player. And, the dream to play for Argentina, of course, was there. I did achieve to play for my club, River Plate. But that was, I remember that every game that was today. The second one will be Mario Kempes. He won the 1978 World Cup, although I was just born, but that changed the history in Argentinian football. He's the only Argentinian player to win the World Cup, to be Golden Boot, and to be best player of the World Cup as well, because Maradona won the World Cup, best player, but won no Golden Boot. Gary Lineker, 1986, he was the Golden Boot. And if I need to pick another one, will be Ronaldinho Gaúcho from Brazil, because of his flair, happiness, creative, an amazing play. You couldn't expect what he was going to do. He will do it. he always happy, always smiling, you know, Ronaldinho, so I love him. Coach or coaches, many of, I would say one of personally that maybe not many people know, Juan Martin de Rucci, that I had the privilege to work with him when I started 1999, so more than 20 years ago, in a football academy. He's in Argentino Junior, where Maradona was born, and Fernando del Redondo, Juan Román Riquelme. So he been there for more than 25 years. He definitely is someone that I always look the way he was coaching, dealing with parents, with players, management. So unbelievable skills, and still every time I go back home, I go to Argentinos Juniors, other clubs to see what they do, to learn from them, and it's always one or two things I learned from them. Carlos Vilardo won 1986 World Cup with Argentina. Insane about detail, planning, watching games, have more than 5,000 videos. He used to pay the flight attendants traveling from different places with Aerolíneas Argentina to get, you know, display. He knew all the teams. He knew. So when was not available the data we have today, he knew all of that, and he's on the FIFA books because his formation was a 3-5-2 and was something different to what everyone else did. And he was so insane about analysis and playing and where we're going to play, that in that final, Argentina was winning 2-0. They scored 2 goals from set pieces. They practiced so much set pieces. Then Maradona went around one player, 2. Burruchaga went around the keeper and then scored. We won the World Cup. We were champions. He was so upset. He didn't celebrate, and he was like, "Why you guys they scored 2 goals from set pieces?" And you know, and it took him 4 or 5 years to like, we won the World Cup, you know. And till now, unfortunately, that was the last time we won the World Cup. And of course, Marcelo Bielsa, because of his way of coaching and also philosophy as a person, that he will not deal with, you know, any corruption or whatever he say, I'm going to do it. He will do it. He will not change. He will quit before that. So his legacy as a coach and person, especially, is just amazing. You know, you could see Zidane, Guardiola, Mauricio Pochettino, Diego Simeone, Marcelo Gallardo. They all went to him and see what he does. But for me, his biggest legacy is about as a person. You know, what he's trying to do in this global game where it's all about money and power. He's not about that. He will not change his way of thinking, because that's the Bielsa way. They call him a loco, but it's nothing loco about that. So loco for crazy. No?
Right. So thank you, Juan. That was a big explanation, and thank you so much. And my next question would be that what made you pursue a career in coaching, sport development, community participation, coach education? You've done everything. So what made you pursue a career, and did you have a vision that I'm going to do this in the future?
Yeah, so what's happened is at the age of 18, end of 1996, I got River Plate. They say, you know, we like you, whatever, but we don't like you anymore. So you got a free transfer. You can do whatever you want, go to another club. And then, yeah, Argentina, Brazil, especially South America, if you are not 14, 15 and you have a pre-contract or something, your chances are really, really slim to make it. So I thought, when I want to be a football coach. Of course, in Argentina, everyone wants to be a football coach and everyone wants to play football. So I said, well, I need to study. So I'm a PE teacher, professor of physical education, studied 4 years. And then I did a master degree in high performance in sports. That took me 3 more years. So 7 years altogether. Why? Because I want to be, so if you got 200 curriculum, and this guy is a PE teacher, this guy got a master degree, this guy played for River Plate, this guy this. Okay, with the years, more things going through. Of course, the beginning was difficult. I did have 7 part-time positions back in 1999 because I was coaching in this academy, coaching another academy, doing more coaching here and there, and trying to make it up. You know, my father said to me that I will not make it in football, that I should be, you know, a PE teacher, going to school, have the school holidays, you know, break every 4 times a year and this and that. But I said, no, I don't want to be a PE teacher. I want to be a football coach. I want to live from football. And yeah, here we are, more than 20 years later, coaching the beautiful game in Australia. It's not easy, but yeah, I always believe that I will make it. I believe I will make it. And just with hard work, studies, more study, watching games, sessions, making mistakes, asking questions, asking more questions, reach out. Some people, you know, never answer, asking again, other people, and just find help to become better and better. And even today, you know, because of the different countries I've been, you know, some coaches coach the All Whites or the football friends, or in Switzerland and Germany and Argentina, and then every time I can, or in USA, in Finland, so many countries that through football and courses, I met people that I always try to keep developing and picking 1 or 2 things. Same thing I said to you at the beginning of the interview, picking out 1 or 2 things to become better, and then take it into your consideration, into your daily basic, to just become better step by step.
Awesome answer, Juan. Thank you again. So, how did you decide to come to Australia, and did you choose to work with Football West in particular?
Yeah, so my last federation in New Zealand was the Waikato Bay of Plenty, a really good federation. I was in charge of the whole Bay of Plenty, so Eastern Bay of Plenty, Central Bay of Plenty, the Taupo region, and the Tauranga region. So yeah, it was 5 years. I was needing a new challenge. I always thought to come over to Australia, and to be honest, I was driving, and my wife called me, Gabby, and she said, "It's a really good position for you." She's always looking for position as well. And then in Australia, Western Australia, I never been here before. And then, okay, perfect. And I came home, looked, did all my research. Lucky or not lucky, I have three good people I know. I don't know friends, but I did a course many years ago here in Australia, in Melbourne. And then I reached out, gave information, and then prepared for the interview. And I think I did really well. And then I got the position. Then I moved in January 2019. But I never been to Western Australia before. But it's a beautiful place for the people that never been down here, especially down south, Basildon, Mara River.
Thank you, Juan. So that's it. My next question is regarding football in Australia in particular. So I had done this coaching certificate, and it was called Coaching Project. Have you heard about it? The Coaching Project?
Yes.
Yep. So that is done by John O'Sullivan. In that, they ask a question that what do you want your football to be? Should the football be around a coach, or should it be around the athletes, like your formation, your tactics, your philosophy, your vision, your ideology? Should it be around the coach, or should it be around an athlete? So what are your thoughts about it?
Well, football and society over the last 20, 25 years changed a lot. So when I grew up, you were not born yet. you know, if, for example, we went to the supermarket and I say to my mom, I want this, my mom say, she would look at me like, you know, like I'm the boss, you know? Or no, she won't, but maybe others will, you know? So I didn't make decisions at home. My mom, you know, is or my dad, you know, that doesn't mean there was a military regime, but the kids in general would not make decisions like they do now so much. Maybe we are maybe on the other side too much. But what I'm trying to say that because society changed and of course coaching changed because we are dealing with people and persons and with young personality that we are helping them to become a better person. Probably then a better football player, but definitely a better person first, because only 0.002% or 1% going to be professional football players. So if we help everyone to become a better person, we are making a better planet. And that's the main thing as a coach for me. So the question is about the players, so have to be around the players and that player-centered coaching approach, understanding what the players need, and then on the more skilled you are, you can, you know, do a better session or put a level up or level down, make the space smaller or bigger, and make it easy or harder for the players. So it has to be around the players. However, sometimes, and here maybe it's a little confusion, sometimes the coach or the player need to understand that the coach is still the coach and we are helping them to become better. Doesn't mean the players have knowledge, but the coach have more knowledge, and we need to share that knowledge with respect, but the players also need to understand that they need to further develop, not that at 15 years old think that know everything. I'm not saying I know everything, but definitely I believe that I will have more knowledge about many things, and the players need to be hungry to learn and develop. So they have to be, New Zealand was a player-centered coaching approach course, and was about that, or almost like that player-centered coaching approach, sometimes changing and waving a little bit, always more towards the player-centered coaching approach, but sometimes it's about that coach that want, you know, rules, but it's our rules, and then setting the foundation of that group, but also could be the players involved. So it is a balance between those, but definitely the focus has to be about what the players need, what the player want, and then level up or level down.
Well said, Juan. Thank you again. So my next question would be on youth development. So how important is it for coaches to engage with the parents of the players, and how important are parents to develop a culture at the club, school, or any organization?
Well, the young players are young players, so they don't have a personality like you're in a professional club, but you are dealing with the players. So you are dealing with the players and the parents. So it is really important to engage with the parents and also to let them know what's going on, what you want to achieve. And for example, you know, is something that happened, I don't know, often, but happen is like the parents go, oh, kick it, you know, like, I mean, from Aussie rule background, when they get the ball and they kick it, or in New Zealand rugby, they kick it. I say, no, kick it, no. Keep it, dribble, pass, control. And I'm the coach, you need to help me, you know, I'm like, okay. So dribble, pass, control, okay. But still, if there are too many people giving instructions, it's always difficult for the young players. So I always say, even when I'm going and coach another coach, and mentoring, I don't go and talk to the players. Maybe at halftime I go and talk to the coach or try to influence the coach to influence the player, because again, maybe the coach think differently than me, and then I change things around. But no, I need to influence the coach, and the coach need to influence the parents, because the players will make whatever the parents want. So if you are not engaged with the parents, it's something going to break between, you know. And at the same time, you yourself as a coach, you need to protect yourself. What I'm saying is to have, you know, a little plan or something like this. And then when you're playing, going tournaments, games, put, you know, oh, Mohit, play 10 minutes, 10 minutes, up. And then whatever, oh, because my son only played 5 minutes. And then, no, wait a moment. He played 10 minutes, whatever. He played 45 minutes. Juan played 55 minutes. So you have a backup, or Mohit didn't turn up to 5 sessions. Juan came to every session. He played a little more because he got full commitment to the team. Mohit always have an excuse not to turn up. I mean, just an example. And then you have a backup plan. You know, if something go wrong or whatever. This happened with me many times. Maybe less often than other coaches with less experience, but you know, people come and question you, and it's fine. You don't need to be upset about it. I'm just clear about the rules. I give information out, and then many times, oh, I didn't know, and then, you know, but if you really didn't know what you were doing, you might put yourself into a tricky position. So if someone comes, oh no, play 5 minutes, and you're lying, you know. But if come up with a plan, no, this happened. Okay, so this guy knows what he's doing. So if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get in trouble. So if you don't know what you're doing, but you are trying to know what you're doing and have a plan and develop, then the parents are going to like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. So, but it is a tricky part, the parents, but the more you engage with them, the better.
Thank you. I'll remember this for when I'm coaching next time. I'll keep a notepad with me and I'll write everything.
Yes. And also always try to be calm, you know, and if they, oh no, we got this, I say, no, calm down. No, calm down. I know another example could be little Pedro up front, you know, does nothing and score 5 goals. And the only thing he does is score 5 goals, get the ball turned, and then transition, doesn't do anything, defending doesn't do anything. And you are trying all these things, but because he scored 5 goals, oh no, because Pedro scored 5 goals. Yeah. But here we focus about developing the team and playing as a team, not Pedro scored 5 goals. Oh, because last weekend he scored 15 goals. And yeah, fine, well done. But this is what we're trying to achieve. We are trying to achieve that we are playing as a team, develop the individuals, but at the same time, develop the team playing style. So we are trying to develop our team. So if your son is not in your team anymore, that the only thing they do, they play long ball, he run and score, he will be able to play football, because then if he only does one thing, that's it. As soon as they have a smart center back, he drop off, get the ball off, and then they'll pass the ball to me. You know, like, but you're not helping the players. So we need to help the players and the parents as well to understand the game, and it's not all about that Pedro, it's all about the other players, and the coach need to understand as well.
Correct. Oh, thank you, Juan. So I understand that you studied for 7 years, a degree in PE, and then you did your you did your master's also. So what do you think, that have you noticed anything in Australian football that is good, and is there anything that needs improvement, like technical, psychological, attitude, tactical, physical, etc.?
Definitely football is growing in Australia everywhere, and also with the with the Women's World Cup coming in 3 years to Perth and Melbourne and Sydney is something amazing, and also to New Zealand. That's a really good thing. To have more training center, talent support programs all around, more people in regional areas, like for example, Football West and other places is similar as well. So making the game accessible for everyone. So the game is the number one sport in the world, even in Australia, in the community phase. Football is the number one sport. So by making the game more accessible and have regional people, and those people playing, like for example now in the Southwest in NTC and Southwest Phoenix in the NPL League, getting scholarship, that's something really good, because what we are looking is to have more milk and then produce more cream. When we have more milk and we produce more quality cream, we're going to have better players. If we focus on the cream only, but without quality cream, we are not going to produce top quality players. And that's what we need. And I think it's not explained in this way, but they are trying to have a better base with more players, better coaching, a better structure, and then have more cream at the top, and then more quality cream to have, world-class players. I think on the female side is Sam Kerr playing in Chelsea. Okay. So yes. Another player follow playing in the top leagues. The bigger difference is the female game is not developed as the male game, and the money in development is not the same as well. So, for example, Qatar, when was the Under-20 World Cup, and I was lucky to be on the FIFA group study of our games, and I was based in the Hamilton games. Qatar have 20 full-time staff following that team. They play in Qatar, in Hamilton, against Colombia. And New Zealand, the Under-20 have 4.5 full-time staff. Qatar, the Aspire Academy is, okay, not now with the pandemic, but used to bring teams from Argentina, Brazil, Barcelona, Spain. Every year pay everything. So the people, the Qataris, like, because the World Cup is already in 2 years, play with the best all the time. And then, I don't know, New Zealand football got 2 million, and have more development officers here and there. But this guy, 2 million is like, oh yeah, boom, nothing. So you need to be smart the way you spend the money. And on the other side, definitely things to improve is the technical part. So kids are not playing as much football as they should. And also by having not a lot of coaches that never played football before, and also that they are not qualified coaches. If you only have 2 or 1 contact a week, and that is isolated practice without a PD sessions or perception, decision, execution, so you're challenging the players to make better decisions, and then that decision making during the game will be better, standard. It's hard to produce good players if they are not playing enough football. And the tactical component also, because you put TV and it's no football on, so the kids are not watching football. And a good example, when I used to go and watch River play when I was 6, 7, watching the game from the San Martin Alta on the top of the stadium, and there was another guy in front, and he was like, oh, look, that guy is doing this and trying the player well and creating the space for the other player on the other side. And then I was like, oh, okay, then almost, I have my own coach and mentor, but there were many people like that around. So they talk in the game, the newspaper, half of the newspaper is all about football, and then you have a sport newspaper is all about football. So they analyze the games, they talk about the game. My mom even knows so much about football now when she so many years playing and listen to the games. I used to watch D division, C division, B division, and then go and watch River play. So all day, with the radio on, and they go, like, what's happened, Juan? Oh no, Cambaceres score. Where are they? Like D division, you know, and all the time reading football. It doesn't mean you're going to become a better player by watching, but definitely the understanding, talking to other people, listen to, you know, all the people. And again, you know, you got a glass of water. If you put the water up, the water would just collapse. So if you put it slowly, like, oh yeah, take the water, take the water, take the water. Oh, drink the water, new glass. And then this is the same with the knowledge. So the players need the time to process and have the understanding of the tactical sense of the game. So yeah, those two parts definitely we need improvement for the game to grow to produce more quality game, really.
Correct. Sorry. So with the thing that you said that to the previous question about parents and this question with tactical stuff. So do you believe in the 10,000 hour rule according to?
Yeah.
Have you read this book?
Yeah. And
It's one of my favorite book.
It's another book as well.
Tom Bayer, yes.
So the thing about those 10,000 hours, I am very sure I did play 20,000 hours of football or more. We used to go to school. So in Argentina, you go morning or afternoon, so from 7 to 12. And then across the road was a potrero, so like a mud pitch, you know. We put 2 socks or 2 running shoes,
Correct.
2 poles, and play football all day. And there used to be big buildings behind. We used to knock the door, they just watch us playing, and we were playing all day until 7 o'clock. And then I would say to my mom, I was on the other side of the room, Mom, I finished playing. And then I went home, and then every day the same. And then Saturday and Sunday playing football all day. So definitely what allow you that street football is to learn a lot of tricks, awareness about, you know, keeping the ball in small space, or when we play around the corner, we play between 2 cars with the head, or Mundialito, you know, mini World Cup. And we knew if we hit the car, we have to run and we would not be able to play there for 10 days or more because the neighbor would be looking for us. So also you are aware of not to hit it there because, you know, you hit the car, we cannot play there for 10 days. Or for example, we play in my room and I have a big window on one side. I knew if we hit that window, I would never be able to play football again on my room. We never broke the window. I don't know how we did it, but we never did it. So I think the point is definitely street football or playing with your mates or 2v2, 3v3 will help you to develop and learn a lot about the unstructured sessions or coaching. And then on top of that, you need to have quality coaching with quality players around you. So if you have quality coaching, but the players around you are not good enough and you are supposed to be the best of the best, you are not getting challenged. And that's sometimes the problem or the issue in a smaller region where you have 1 or 2 players that they are, you know, ahead of everyone else, and then in 2 or 3 years, everyone else is better, or this guy drop off because they never really need to work hard to become better. And so the thing is about those 10,000 hours. It is true that unstructured playing will help you. However, if you hit those hours without quality coaching and quality players around you, doesn't mean you're going to be a professional football player. And also the environment around you somehow lack that you have contacts. You know, I have friends that I believe they were, I don't think so I was an amazing player, but I did work really hard. I did give everything at training. I played with my friends, so it was all about football. And other friends, they were kind of lazy attitude, but the father have a contact, and they went and play in Italy in the 3rd division club. So some along the way, also sometimes you just need that key to open a door, and the luck, the famous players from France, they were on the street playing and someone saw them, or a guy from Paraguay, he was working in a building cleaning, and he went and played a tournament, and then he was playing for River Plate, and then he was playing the World Cup later for Paraguay 2010. So it is a mix of elements that will bring all together that you will make it into the top, into the professional game or whatever. And also, like I said at the beginning, there will be only 0.02% of all the players that they will make it at the top. We were 30 on that year when we got free transfer. Only 2 of them make it into the first team. One of them is Marcelo Gallardo, coach River Plate now, and the other one was Wuhan, that did play for River Plate and other clubs, was not as successful as him, but everyone else, they were good players, but there was not enough space for everyone, especially, in a football nation when, you open a door and they are football players.
Thank you, Juan. So my next question would be that I've been reading a lot of documents, Football Federation Australia, Football Federation of Belgium. I've read a little bit of Spanish Association's documents, and I don't remember where I saw it, but I read about power of moments. Like one small moment can make a difference in the life of an athlete. So do you believe in creating those moments for your players?
Yeah, of course. The power of the sport and football is just unbelievable. For example, last weekend we were in a camp, and a player came with the mom and like, oh, my son cannot get here, whatever, he's on the other dome, he wants to be with the friends, and blah. She was almost crying like, oh good, we will find a solution. We went on the other dome, there was not enough space. I went on the other dome, there was a free bed, and I said to the boys, can I take this bed into that? Yeah, no problem. So we moved that bed into that bed and said, okay, bring your stuff. So here, this is your friends. Oh yeah, I have another friend. Okay, where's your friend? We bring the friend over, and then they were all together. And then 4 or 5 days later, I got a message saying, the mom, oh, thank you very much. Someone in our family passed away, and we were so happy. And just a small thing, a small detail of helping someone, just something like that, make a huge difference. Other players, maybe something happened and they come and play sports and they're happy. And then the man say, oh, he was so happy that you guys play the mini World Cup, and he won the mini World Cup. I always play the mini World Cup, and I've been the World Cup quite similar. And every opportunity is an opportunity to change the life of a human being. Every opportunity. That's why, I do what I do, because, you make a difference in every day, every person, every day, because you are with human beings, with young ones. Sometimes life is, unstable. We all have problems. Sometimes people should focus on the problems. So if they come to training, they have a good time, they make new friends, they learn something. You inspire them to, and also you never know, like people like, oh, look, this guy play here and whatever, and I want to be like him, and I know some people later say, oh, I will follow you here and there, and you're doing really well, keep going what you're doing. And like, oh, well, I didn't know, they never say anything on social media, but they will follow me all the way. And you're like, oh, you're an inspiration for me. I'm like, oh, wow, and you don't know what you're doing. But at the same time, you need to be aware that you as a coach, you are an inspiration for other kids. So also if you are like, down and you are not so energetic, the kids will feel it as well. So you breathe in that as well. So that's why I say, the day I don't care about coaching or before a game we play Again, last weekend against one of the first team, and one of the parents say, "Oh, are you nervous? Are you?" And I say, I am, because I want my team to do well. I want the boys or the girls to do well. So I say the day I don't, it's the same for me. I don't coach anymore, because you need to make that difference to the kids. I believe that's what I do. I'm not rich, but I change people's life every day, or try to make a difference.
Good answer, Juan. Good answer. That's nice to know. And since you just said that you are coaching boys and girls, so I've been seeing in your recent posts that you have, is it called Country Week? Country
Yes,
Week,
yes.
am I right? So I'm seeing that you are coaching both boys and girls over there. So what is the difference? What are the major differences between coaching boys and girls, especially in Australia? Major differences.
Yeah, I I don't know. It's like I don't like to put like different countries in a different place. So I think human beings in general are the same. We are all the same. If you are little dark skin, you are from Argentina, India, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, whatever. We are all similar. The main thing I think for me, the male and female game, or the personalities, definitely the females are more sensible. You need to be careful the way you talk or look at them or whatever you do, because they pick up every little details, especially when they get a little older. Maybe they are sometimes, don't want to offend anyone, sometimes maybe they are maybe less competitive to start. They are more about the social engagement with other girls, and then they are really competitive. But with the boys, they always, going, and they want to play, and sometimes typically happen if maybe you see before session boys kicking the ball around and going doing something, and the girls on the other side talking to each other. So maybe to see that, then as a coach, maybe try to, okay, you can have your chat 5 minutes, and then get the ball moving, and get your touches and whatever. So you see something that you encourage them to keep talking, but also you put the ball there just to get the ball moving and touches. Um, but at the same time, boys and girls, they are the same human being. They want to be treated in a fair way. They want that you are open to them. They want that you have good session with them. They want that you are demanding them to become better. They want that you are teaching them something. And of course, that both they want you to be happy, strict, but at the same time flexible, and that you care about them. So male and female, both, they want that you care about them, about the development, about whatever they need. They want to be there to have fun, or they have fun. They want to become better. They want to be better. They want to be, play for Socorro for Matilda. Okay, I'm trying to help you to go to the next level. So yeah, those are the similarities. And then on the flip side will be about that the human beings, the person are the same, and we need to provide with the same as well.
Correct, correct. Well said, Juan. And so my next question would be that since I have not done the C license also because of COVID, I was not able to do my C license. But I understand that in the skill acquisition phase, sorry, in the game training phase, where they teach for the age group of 13 to 17. So in that, they talk about adolescence, like in boys, how boys will grow taller, but their brain stays, but their brain takes time to adjust to that growth. So what do you think about how should we deal with warm-ups, injury prevention, and their mental well-being at that time? Because they look older, but they aren't that old. Like we think that they are very old, but in their their brains are still of that of a 13-year-old and 14-year-old. So how do you deal with that? And does FFA have any injury prevention methods as such?
Yeah, well, talking about the recommendations is to do the warm up. A really good one and simple one is the FIFA 11 Plus. So that is used by all the national teams pretty much in different variations. And it's pretty much warming up the whole body, open up the hips, running straight and diagonal run, prevention of ACL, the shoulder to shoulder, running across. So definitely the warm-ups and the cool-downs as well are really important. Sometimes happen too that, you know, some players come to our training center or our talent support program and they, oh, we never did that in our club. And I say, okay, what we do here, talk to your coach and you should be doing the same. If they don't know, they should come to me. And we, you know, I could give them some reference material. But definitely really important for those players to be aware of that injury prevention and doing the warm-ups and the cool-downs. As like you say, it's for some, they like 14, 15, you know, they're getting taller. Doesn't mean they're getting stronger, so the muscles are lean muscles, but they could be weak. So potentially could be strength and conditioning, some basic elements of making it stronger, or even other players that they're already strong, maybe doing the opposite, you know, doing more stretching and flexibility and potentially swimming, yoga. I know one of the players, she's really fit and she wants to do even more, and then she's prone to get injured. So at the moment she's doing a swimming pool sessions and yoga as well to slow down. And about the young adults, like the teenagers, we need to be aware of that the problems, you know, this difficult time of our life because we were all teenagers. Difficult, and at the same time, it's a beautiful time, you know, because you don't have any commitments. You know, just go to school. My case, play football all day, so I know maybe we complain, but nothing to complain. You know, it's perfect life. You know, it's on the roof of your mom or your dad or both. But at the same time, you know, that maybe they want to be an adult. So a really good way of, especially those 15, 16 years old, like for example, that country week, no, the country camp the week after, giving them some responsibility, give it to them, you know, and say, okay, you say you are old enough, okay, by 9 o'clock, everyone in bed. By 9 o'clock, come you pick up all the phones. By 9 o'clock, everyone brushing their teeth and whatever. And then go and check, you know, everyone by 9 o'clock, collect all the phones. Maybe someone, you know, are still awake. Hey, boys, remember? No, we say we're going to bed at 9 o'clock. We want to have a good training tomorrow. And then giving back to them to take ownership and slowly become more and more independent because that's what they want. And helping them through, you know, and sometimes, you know, they are late. I don't know, play coming over late and like, oh no, because it's a lot of traffic. And like, well, in Whakatane, in New Zealand, Eastern Bay of Plenty, no traffic. I said, you need to come with another thing. My boy just said, because in no traffic in Whakatane, you know, if we were in Auckland or Wellington, yes. So what is the problem? Oh no, because my mom is late. And I said, okay, oh fine. I said, but you don't need to lie to me. You can be honest with Juan, and I'm all good. You know, just let me know you're late. So good. So that to understand the players and be, you know, kind of shoulder to shoulder and say, okay, oh good. You can be honest to me and don't charge. Hey, why are you late? And I said, always ask the question. Always ask the question first. Even if you have staff with you and they are late. I learned this from Juan Martin Lerucci, as I said to you, one of the biggest mentors I have in my life. He was always asking that question first. What's happened? Are you all good? And they're like, oh, you know, someone died, or oh, I'm really sorry, you know. And then they say, oh no, the bus was late. Okay, maybe next time you need to take the early bus then, you know. But if it was something else, then you say, oh, sorry, because sometimes, oh, why are you late? Someone have an accident, oh, and then you're like tapping your foot when you shouldn't. So you should always ask that question first and then check. And if they are lying, like I said to you before about the traffic, then you like, hey, I was like you before, so don't try to be smarter than me.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you. So I'll ask you a personal question, a little bit of personal question that apart from coaching, what else do you do when you have free time? Apart from drinking your tea, what else do you do?
So yeah, I like to be fit. So I do pump or running classes, HIIT, going to the gym, strength conditioning, swimming, yoga, spend time with my wife, watch football as well, of course. And then go with the bike, relax, go to the beach. And before this craziness, of course, travel and go to new places, try new food, it's just experience different cultures and learn from other ones as well. But yeah, I do have free time, but I don't have much. So I try to most of the time when I can spend it with my wife, and then be fit as well, of course. Everything start before I start going to the gym, do my routine. I love dogs as well, so walking doggies. I help an organization called Poops that they look after people with disabilities that they cannot walk or they're in wheelchair or whatever. So we volunteer our time. I love dogs, but I cannot have a dog because I'm renting, but we are renting. So I love walk dogs and help other people as well.
That's nice. That's nice to know, Juan. Very interesting life outside of football too. So I think you've already answered like why we should work in remote or regional areas like yourself. You're working in Western Australia. How did you decide to go there? So my next question would be that how would the World Cup in 2023, the Women's World Cup in 2023, impact the game over here in Australia?
Yeah, well, it will be the first time ever that the Women's World Cup and Asia, we did have the under 20 in New Zealand 2015, but it's not as big as the women's. So first time that is on this side, Oceania, Asia-ish. So I think will make a huge impact, especially if they do well, because everyone will be talking about it. So Australia won the Asia Cup before, and that have a really good influence when they won it, although the Asia Cup is not massive. And also sponsors and media, everything will be about the World Cup, and I guess it's the opportunity for the association and Football Federation Australia to capitalize on that and then keep promoting the game, making the game accessible for everyone. And for people, like you could be playing on the World Cup, that for me is, amazing to, it won't be Australian, but 2 or 3 players from New Zealand playing the World Cup that I coached them before as a coach as well. It's an inspiration and could happen for other people in New Zealand or Australia that, they used to coach Sam Kerr here in Western Australia, somewhere in Perth, and she's playing at the World Cup as well. So it's an inspiration for players, coaches, and for future generation of Australia to play the biggest sport in the world.
Correct. Amazing answer, Juan. So now my next question would be the last question. And like I told you how difficult it is for someone to become a coach, since you said that you did a lot of part-time roles in coaching so that you could become a coach in the future. So I come from India, so over there football is developing right now, but trying to make a career in football is very difficult. It's very risky because we don't have that many investors for football in India. So when I came over here, um, a lot of people thought that they can do coaching, they want to do coaching. But when you give 4 days a week for coaching, and then you see that the money is not that much, many people give up. So I can say that in my batch of masters that I did, there were two, three, no one else is still interested in doing coaching other than me. So this question is only for me. It's a personal question. So once you start working in football, when do you start measuring your success? Should it be in 1 month, 2 month, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? When do you know that, okay, you're doing well and you should continue doing this? Obviously, failures are a part of your life. So including those failures, how do you measure success? It's a big question, sorry, very big question.
Uh, Never. If the passion is here, you got the passion to coach, you should never give up. If the
There's a
passion is
fire.
there,
There is a fire here.
yeah, then you should never, you know, I did it, you know, when I started to become a PE teacher and did the master, one of my aunties, well, I never liked her anyway much, but she said, oh, why are you going to do that lazy profession? You're not going to ever, never to pay the bills and blah, blah, blah. And I said, we will see. We will see. And that was, I made a decision when I finished with 97. I knew that I want to do it. I said, we will see. And then I remember 2008, went back to Argentina. I was already in New Zealand 2007. And I said to her, what do you think now? What are you going to say now to me? And I was quite upset. I said, oh, why you talk to Auntie like that? I said, because I remember what she said when I started. I do remember that. And also my dad said, I'm not going to make it. He said, you should be a school teacher. And I said, nothing is going to schools and to be a PE teacher, but I always want to work in football. The thing is, if you see a little light somewhere to go through and start coaching and get hours, of course you need to pay the bill. So keep doing what you're doing, whatever other position make you to pay the bills, and you need to learn more and more. I mean, for example, and you got an open invitation when this craziness of not traveling is over, come over here to where I am in the Southwest. Come, you know, whatever on holidays, invest the time to come and learn, see what we do, what can you learn. There will be something that we need to do before you come and help us, but a few things, and then learn from me. People around you, you know, the good coaches, good club, go and learn from them. Even now, I don't get paid millions. I don't have a house. I have a Toyota Camry, whatever, 2005. I don't have big savings on my account, but I travel the world around. I travel the world coaching football. I do what I love. When I wake up, I don't think twice that is, oh, look, I need to coach. No, I'm happy. So it's that dream still alive every day. It is hard, yes. Even now, after more than 20 years coaching, my contract finished next year. What is going to happen after, don't know. But it's something going to come up because football is the #1 sport in the world. So anywhere, you know, they're looking for a good coach. It's just a matter of time to get the right contacts, whatever, and something will come up. But you need to invest the time. Even now, I do it. I go on holidays, I go on watch sessions, talk to people, and it's not going to happen that, you know, you get the big position, getting the big money or whatever. It's not going to happen. Again, it's only that 0.01% of those players that get the big money, and everyone else get the little money. Of course, you need enough to survive. That I do have that, and I have a good life. But I'm not, I'm not throwing money around. But that commitment has to be there. The commitment of saying a little step, invest into yourself, because when you go and watch someone else, you're investing in yourself to become better. Why coaches, Guardiola here and there, they keep developing, they keep going watching sessions, because that's the only way to go. And they're already at the top. So if they're at the top and they want to be better every day, we are here below. No, here, but a little bit in between. We need to be better. So we need to keep investing in our future by investing in our present. And it's not going to happen that you're going to get the multi-million contract sitting on your couch and thinking you're an amazing coach. You're not. So every little step counts. And you cannot give up if it is really your dream and it's coming from your heart. So hopefully, we could have this conversation in 20, 25 years, and you're telling me that you are doing this and there to become better. So my question for you is, after this interview, what are the takers, or what are you taking from our conversation today?
So number one, I would like to tell you thank you for your invitation, for calling me to Western Australia. And if I get an opportunity, I will surely come. And if I ever get a chance to do my C license in Western Australia, I will take it without thinking, so that I can explore football and plus learn about football that happens over there. And the second thing that I learned was mental health well-being is much more important than from the money that you earn. Money always comes secondary, and if you are happy in life, then you are really going to do well, and it doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank account. Your mental well-being is very much important. And number three, you have to keep learning and learning and learning. Even if you reach to the level of Pep Guardiola, you're still learning, you're still developing. So I would say that even after 10 years, at whichever level I am, I will keep telling to myself that I am no one, I'm no one, I'm no one, so that I'm learning, and I'm learning. So these are the three things that I understood from your talk today. And other things were like technical, tactical, psychological. All those things can be learned, but what you have told about money and developing and learning, that is priceless.
That's awesome. And also, technical, tactical stuff, whatever, anyone could do the research or this, but the main thing is the core of your person, your philosophy as a person, what you do day by day. So this is what I do every day. I get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I go walk the dogs. I go to the gym. I do yoga every day. And then people, oh, you look so fit and young, and you're 42. I do have a few white hair, not so many. But, and they think I'm lucky. I'm sitting at home doing nothing, and I can keep strong. No, I'm doing this. That's my personal life. But my personal life is the same as the coaching life. If I need to run a session or whatever, I prepare. And sometimes people go, they are your sessions. You did the sessions. Yes, I know. But I want to have a really good session. And they like, no, this guy is insane, He's looking at his own sessions. What's he going to do? And I say, yes, I know. I did plan it, but I want to get through the detail, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to set up to have a very good session. And the other thing is, when I see anyone doing what I think is a good session, I go and have a look, and if they allow me, I ask them 1 or 2 questions, and don't think oh, look, they are hopeless. No, look, maybe they are doing something. Even sometimes teams, I don't like the way they play, but they are winning teams or whatever, especially in the senior. What are they doing right that I could maybe take away? And that's, what I said to you about that being open-minded, and be open to learn, because then you say, oh, I like that, or I don't like that. And then that you become better and better. And it's all about that, become better and better to allow yourself for a better opportunity every time. So you are on the right track. And also by reaching out, that means you want to become better and want to make
Yes,
it.
I do.
Just that drive from the inside on the daily basic that will allow you to become better and better, and then have a better position and further and further and further. And like we say, you think I'm no one, although I achieved this, but I think you think you're too good, you're not good anymore.
Correct. Yes. That is ego. Once your ego comes in, then you can't do anything in life.
No.
That's it, Juan. Thank you. Thank you for the interview. I do have some questions, but I'll ask you after the interview.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. I will stop recording. Take care.